just to start off, Texas Rangers. You know what? Can I start off with Dutch Oven? Because we had Dutch Oven on the podcast with Jesse Holley, and he was talking about the Charlie Sheen stories and things getting out of control a little bit. What do you have a favorite Dutch Oven story from that era?
There are a lot of them, really. You know what? I think the biggest thing is that he was so far out in front of the whole Twitter and social media deal, right? And it was our front office at the time. They didn't know what to do with it, and he was so classic. He's blasting stuff out there, but in a good way. Hey, self-promotion plus team promotion, and I thought it was great. But they asked me to go talk to him and say, hey, can you tone it down a little bit? I'm like, JD, come on, this is kind of the frontier, and he's ahead of it. So I go in to talk to him, and he just gave me that blank young man stare. It's like, bro, what are you doing? You're killing me right now. And I'm like, look, I'm just telling you, hey, whatever you do, keep it as clean as a Dutch oven can keep it clean. But, I think that's, for me, such a favorite competitor. The toughest part was when we lost him first home game in 15. I know it crushed him, crushed us, and along with you, Darvish, but kind of the best moment was when he made his comeback and he was able to help us down the stretch.
I love that. That's a really interesting point to me as well. That Dutch was ahead of his time, man. Because you see, it's a different time now where baseball is kind of trying to promote that now. The players' personalities, right?
Hey, listen, if you don't have a personality, you don't have some platform on social media, you get left in the dust today.
For sure. And just being a part of this D-backs team, what has that been like for you? Because this has been a special ball club as well.
It has. Really, when Torrey called me after their 100-plus loss season, and he was looking for somebody to stand by him that could fill in the gaps, and I had taken that year off, and I'd been paying attention to Major League Baseball, and I thought, it has a chance to be a nice nucleus of young players. I took a little bit of a deep dive into their organization and saw the Corbin Carrolls of the world, and so he said he needed some help. I came in and I showed up, and they showed up as advertised. And, we had a challenging year the first year, but the ride that these guys took us on last year was magical. I know it was a little bittersweet at the end of it, but still a great group, very talented group. And look, they play with their hair on fire, and that's the way I like it.
I love that. And you just being, a calming presence, I feel, for guys. What do you say to a guy like Corbin Carroll right now who's in a funk, but he's the guy? What do you know what he's capable of?
Well, you keep telling him that he's the guy, right? Baseball is such I said a long time ago in the situation with Elvis in Toronto, this game has a cruel sense of humor. Sometimes it'll find out if you really are who you say you are and what you're about, and it's going to test you every single day. And the thing to talk to Corbin about is just, stay steady, keep working, and you've proven that you're an exceptional, talented player, special player in this league. This league is making a move back on you. Eventually, you're going to make that move back on the league, and then he'll look back at this moment in time in a rearview mirror and go, you know what? It was a learning experience. And that's the thing that I keep trying to convey to him and any young player that comes along. You've got to continue to work at your craft, but don't work the game, play the game.
I love that. That's great advice. And just, Benny, for you, what was it like to see Adrian Beltre become a first ballot Hall of Famer?
It was emotional in a lot of different ways for me. I remember early on when I came in at 15, I had a number of reporters ask me the question, did I think that Adrian was a Hall of Famer, let alone a first ballot Hall of Famer. They asked me if I thought he was a Hall of Famer, and I said he's a slam dunk Hall of Famer. And they all looked at me with cross eyes. And I'm like, if his career ended today, pre-3000 and everything that he did, to me, just what he has done to the game and meant to the game, he was going to be a Hall of Famer. But, that last year just to sit and watch, to watch him get 3,000 after a night where he got kicked out of the game, right? People forget about that. He got kicked out the night before. And so for the on-deck gate. So to get 3,000, but also, you know, the way he can just knock names down off the list where he was surpassing. And what most people don't and didn't get to see, what I got to see firsthand, and anybody that was down here on the ground floor and in that clubhouse, just what he was willing to put himself through, just the injuries and the pain to get himself revved up to come play this game that he loved so much, and what he meant to everybody that unied up with him. It's just, it was special. I'm grateful, and I tell him this all the time, and I told him in a private moment after the fact that grateful that I was able to uniform up with him and go to work every day as his manager.
That's beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Benny, last one for you. In 2024, what motivates you the most? What motivates you to keep going?
Well, getting beat in the World Series is number one. I mean, really, it's what we show up for every single day. The second part of that is that I love making an impact on these, I can call them young guys now. Because, you know, I'm at the back end of it, an older guy. I mean, just, you know, coaching, shaping, impacting, guiding. I mean, coaching is guided discovery every day. Helping these guys discover their own skill set and potential, because they don't even know how good they can be, but just to be a little cog and part of that, and just to sit back and watch, and then hopefully get to hear the stories that I get to hear from some of the guys that I managed back in 1993 for the first time, that bring tears to my eyes, just to hear, you know, what these guys tell me that I helped do for them in their lives.
Benny, it's been a pleasure. Really appreciate the time. Best of luck the rest of the way, all right?
You got it.